Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you're listening to. Let's go. Banned from the Bible, 3 books in one, the book of Enoch, Jubilee, and Hashem. And like I told you, this one's copied or translated by Joseph Lumpkins. So you got to rehash it first, JSHR, from the time the testimony, from the time we left the garden to when the promised land the first time. Jubilee is the prophecy of everything that was going to happen unto us from the time we left the garden until this day. Enoch's the prophecy of everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation. And you have to read those books like that. Don't read it like that. Don't take and throw it on the side. It's like it doing the book of Revelation. Oh, I don't understand. The Apocrypha, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, patience, hope, charity, judgment, execution of righteous judgment, doctrine, the Bible, how it got together, who put it together, when, where, how, why they put it together. And I told him the Lord God gave me that book. He gave it to me like this. Let me see, wisdom book. It's all right. There you go. Wisdom book. That's how He gave it to me, just like that. Wisdom book. So next book the Lord God gave to me was the Demons, the Testament of Solomon, and this one's written by Solomon the Wise. The Apocrypha is by it's the King James version of the Apocrypha. So this Testament of Solomon about Solomon, it's the demons, what they are, who they are, why they are, what they can do, what they can't do, what business in, what frustrate them, things they have done with angels of over them, the prophecies, what they said they was going to do on the last days. And they're doing it. It's not that you can do, go through, or touch that them demons don't have their mark or emblem on. So, yeah, and they're doing things right in front of your face. And you be summoning demons, right? You be summoning demons, you be listening to them summon them demons, and you don't even understand that there's something that like in that program evil. And they was doing some ceremonies in that. They were some evil ceremonies that they, but you wouldn't know. How would you know? The reason why I'm here. You see, I'm gonna send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the hearts of the children back to the father the hearts back to the children. At least what? I come and strike the earth with a curse. So this the testament of the 12 patriarchs. This one by Robert H. Charles. So who are the fathers though? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, and Joseph, and Benjamin. And I'm telling you, man, they done left us everything. They left us the conflict between Jacob and Esau, on the Messiah here, the descendants of the priesthood, the vision of heaven, yeah, man, what's going to happen in the last days, exaltation, prophecy of the last times. Man, they left us all of it in the book, in their book. And it's happening right now today. And you're on the, like I said, you're on the cusp, you're on the very last end of it. Yes, you are. You are. And then this book, the first and second book of Adam, Eve, conflict, say, where it started at. Whom, where, what, and how, the things that Satan doing. Back then, they're doing the same thing right now today. He never changed his gameplay. The people have changed. The timeline on the thing have changed, but him doing this thing have never changed. And those books makes up what? The Holy Bible. The Holy Bible came from somewhere. Yeah. The Holy Bible came from somewhere, so now you know the Holy Bible has been a bridge. You know who did it, where, when, and how, and why he did it. That's found in the Apocrypha. So all these books go together, man. I don't care who tell you what. All them books you can find things that have in them books you can find in the Holy Bible. Now, this is the only book. Nostradamus, Thomas, Mary, Jane. Now they have things in that book. The Acts of John. There's some things in that book that Jesus did are not written in the Holy Bible. Some things Jesus told Thomas and Mary, they are not written in the Holy Bible. And they have other things that they have that are in the Holy Bible that come from Jesus. That's right. So the Lord God told you everything that he did couldn't be contained in the Bible. That's what he told you. Then you have this, what he gave me to give to you. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And that's found where? That's found there, see this? Yeah. So that's Zechariah chapter 4, verse through 6. And he told Zerubbabel that. And you find that in Haggai. And listen to what he told Haggai. Listen to what he told. He told Haggai. Um, Haggai wrote about what he told Zerubbabel that we was going to do and how he was going to use it as a signet. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And that's found in Zechariah verses 4 through 6. And I suggest that you read it. Man, go read Zechariah verses chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. And Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. And read it. And then Malachi, before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, I want to say, nah, that's Malachi chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. And learn. And it tell you also, like on this paper, they have Deuteronomy chapter 20 and Deuteronomy chapter 7. And that's found also in the book of Malachi chapter 4. What he said he was going to do in the last time. So what is so what is the spirit of the Lord thy God? Prophecy. That's the spirit of the Lord thy God, is prophecy. And that's found in where? Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And like I told you, and I tell you again, once you listen to this program one time, get those books, go read those books. You don't have to listen to this program ever again. Because what it's about you becoming thirsty once again. Shaking off that intoxication that they had. Oh, say amen. Praise the Lord. And all that. Going to all that in those church houses. And that intoxication of the spirit. God wants you to know the knowledge of him. So that we say, when y'all shake off that intoxication, become thirsty once again for the knowledge of God, then things will start changing. But you haven't become that. You haven't got that yet. So I have two dreams for you. The video before this one is the wickedness peristone. Wickedness peristone. So that was the thing. So let's go, because man, time is running out. So we have less than 3 years. So you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me. Before I go there, I listened to this program called Karen Gideon, and this woman, I think she lived in London somewhere over there in Europe. And so, yeah, and Brian Seals. So I listen to these people, all these people, the dreams that I have, the Lord God be and gave them dreams also. Yeah. And so I listen to them and see where they're at on timeline. So I told this, you know how I do. I have these dreams around and I just put them away till a time come. And when I hear them again, I bring them out. And so, but anyway, so she had this dream about Trump in the helicopters, and I had that dream. Man, them helicopters was flying. And these helicopters was protecting I think this helicopter, I'm gonna find the dream, but I think this helicopter was protecting this plane. And boy, that plane was going, them helicopters everywhere, boy. And I said, man, they're serious about this war. That's why I said, man, they're serious about this war. Because the helicopters, they had the planes and the helicopters flying. I looked for the dream to find out. And so in the dream, I can't remember, was the helicopter protecting the plane, or the planes was protecting the helicopter, because they had a whole lot of helicopters flying around this one plane protecting it. And yeah, it was going, the war hadn't started. And man, Lord God I didn't give it to you about these dreams about the war starting and all like that. So I know I have, because I didn't give it to you. So, but anyway, so that's a dream. That's another dream. Okay, here's a dream. Yeah, there was a dream. I was traveling on this. I was traveling in this car going to Kansas City, and I looked for another dream day where I was going to Kansas City again, and it came to the place where I rested at. And in this car, I was traveling this car, but I never seen the outside of the car. I never seen nothing, but I knew I was in the car driving it, and knew I was going to Kansas City. And I came to a place where I rest. Next scene, I was in this room, looked like, yeah, I was in this room, looked like a bathroom, a closet or a bedroom. It had two doors. It had two doors and had a sink and it had a mirror. So, yeah, I could see through the mirror. And I said, but I think it doesn't, but it didn't. I could see through the mirror. They had Chris Rock Yeah, I could see through the mirror and I saw Chris Rock, and Chris Rock saw me. So I'm thinking he didn't see me. He see me and go and then yeah, Chris Rock see me and say, and you know how Chris Rock's talking there. Say he goes say, man, what the heck? But he said something else explicit. Say, and he see me and say, man, what the blank? And he was on, yeah, he was in just his underwear, bending down, and I was looking at him, man. I'm wondering too what's going on because they had two doors and a sink, and then I looked through the mirror. Yeah, they have a mirror up there, and I look through the mirror and I see Chris Rock with just his underwear on, bending down, getting something. So I don't think he see me. I think it's one of them one-way mirrors and stuff like that, but it wasn't that. And so he see me in the mirror. So all right. So me and him faces are just like I'm facing you on the thing in the mirror. So he see me in the mirror. He takes some shaving cream and squirt it on me. Yeah, he used to take some shaving cream and squirt it on me and start laughing. I said, man, and I started laughing. I said, no, man, I'm not here for that. And he said, man, come on, you here now. And he squirted some more on me, and then I woke up. Yeah, that's what the dream. I'll explain it to you again. Explain it to you again. I was in this car, and then I was going to Kansas City. I know those things. And I stopped in this town. And so I guess got a room, I guess. So when I go in the room like a small closet, all they have is all I could see in the room was two doors. And the two doors, and they had a Facebook, what you call laboratory Facebook. And they had a mirror over on top of this Facebook. So when I look in the mirror, I see Chris Rock. And Chris Rock just have on his underwear. And he leaned down and see me and said, man, what the blank? And then then the next scene, uh, he's gonna be I'm standing in front of the mirror, and he's standing in front of the mirror also. And so he take the shaving cream and squirts it on me. And I said, man, I tell him, I said, man, I'm not here for that. And he says, come on now, you here now. And he squirts some more on me. And then I woke up from that dream. So I told him, man, I had dreams about celebrities all the time. Another dream that I had. I'm gonna tell you the dreams. Get them all out the way. I was going back into this. Yeah, I was going back into this gambling place, casino, and had a lot of people around. And I think I had been in the casino already, but I had came out and I was going back for. So I was going back into the casino now, and I was going back into it. I didn't know what I was going back in there to do, gamble or what else. But I remember I made a promise to God that I wasn't going back gambling and all that. You know how you do. Once you made a promise to God, you ain't going back there. So I'm not gonna break my promise, man. I ain't going to gamble. So as I turn around to leave out, but now I'm in a car. Next thing you know, I'm in a car, a large car, spacious car. And as I'm riding down the road, I see Denzel. Yeah, Denzel Washington. Now he on the side of the road, and so I see him, man, and I just see him. So I think he didn't see me, so I think he need a ride or something. So I'm blowing my horn. And so as I'm blowing my horns, I had noticed you're on the freeway, so you can't turn around on the freeway. So you have to go down to the next thing and turn around. So I blow my horn to let him know I'm going to turn around. So as I'm driving, thinking he didn't hear or see me, so I turn around and he's there. So as I get off the freeway and make a right and to turn around this parking lot. So as I turn around, he right there. Yeah, he right there. So I turn around, he's there in the driveway where I'm turning. He had then ran, yeah, so he had ran that far to catch me. And I said, I didn't think that you see me. He said, I did. So I asked him, where is he going? And he said to drop classes. So at first class we goes into, first class we go into, and I could hear him saying that he was sick. That he told the instructor something and told him I was sick, but I didn't see the instructor. I didn't see the class, and just all I can hear him saying to the man that he was sick, and he said he didn't mean to disrespect his class. Okay, so next so next scene we drive, we go we drive and we go into the next class. So he grabs a box. So as the class, they have curtains, they have these dark curtains. And so as they have these dark curtains separating the outside for the class, and so he grabs a box, just a regular box. They had writing stuff, blue writing on, but I didn't see all that. We just know that's a box. And so as he take the box, he start disassembling the box. You know how you take the back off, the top, and thing, and squish it down. So that's what he was doing. So next we drive to the next class. He grabs a box and disassemble it. He walk into the class that is behind the curtains. And I could hear him reciting this line as he walked in. So yeah, he grabbed the box, and as he walked in, I hear him reciting his line. Now I think it was the Psalms that he was reciting, Psalms chapter 81. So I'm gonna read that to you a little later. But anyway, so he started reciting the Psalms as he started walking in. Next scene, back in the car, me and him driving, and we stopped at the place. Hey, so we was in a car, and he looks at the car, man. Before we go get something, after we get out, after we come out the other class where he had dropped the curtain. So he said, so me and him are walking on my right hand side. So we start walking to this car. And yeah, so he started talking about cars that we heard. He said, man, this is the Liza Pazuza car that you driving in. But I think he said, this is Liza, yeah, he said, this is Liza cruise car that we driving in. And yeah, it looked like a 50s or 60 car. And yeah, it looked like a Chrysler. Looked like one of the old Chryslers. 60 car, large white, blue stripes, two-door on it. And that's how the car looked. So as we walk into the car, we stop. He have a six-pack in his hand. So we going in this building. So we start talking. And yeah, he started talking. He said he should have never made a turn into this woman. And so while he talking about he should never have made a turn into this woman, the woman was on his was on his right hand side. And she had a thing, and she was a brown skinned woman, and she was naked, but I didn't see her body parts. I just know that she was naked because her arms and her top part, and you know how dreams do. You know, you don't have to show everything to let you know that woman was naked. And that's what you see. I should have never made a turn into this woman. And I tell you how I was a young man who could remember the written word as he. And he recites something and he remember, yeah. So you see, you talk about how he was a young man and how he could remember the written word. And so I tell him how I was a young man who can remember the written word as he. He did recite something, and he remembered, I think it was a Psalms, as that's when he recite a song. So as I was finished telling him how in school they made sure that we didn't use and got rid of it in school, how we was able to recite things and our photographic memory and our total recall. Man, your children can do all that, and they beat that out your children. Yeah, man, I can remember in second grade, this woman hit me in the face because I wouldn't read Run, Sally, Run. I said, Run, Sally, Run. That's how I was reading, but she didn't want me to read that. She wanted me to stop, pause, and just dumb it down. That's what they did. That's what that school system is about, to dumbing your children down, to make sure your children, and boy, if they find, especially a dark-skinned woman, a dark-skinned man, they make sure they be extra hard on them, to make sure to get rid of their talent and get rid of the gift that come from way from Adam. Our gift come way back from our father Jacob. That's right, we have that in us, and they don't want they doing their best to get rid of that out of your children. Yeah, I told you in another video. I told you, say, why do they have parochial school, private school, and that system has never changed. But your system have changed. That's right, and they made it so that they have a school right here in the neighborhood. right here in a low income neighborhood, and have a school in that neighborhood, and they'll ship your children way out to some other school and ship their children right there in the school in the neighborhood. Why? Because it's a better school, and that's what they do, and they've been doing it. And you just go right along the program. You know why you don't see them? Because you voted for that. So when you vote for all these different people in office and things, they ain't gonna change. They're not gonna change. What you're voting for to keep the status quo, to keep things to change. So when you start voting, just listen to me. When you start, because I had to do it too. When you start voting and depend strictly and trusting the Lord, that God, like you said you would, and said you was gonna do it, but you're not doing that. Then you go into these church houses. And these church hours, first thing they do, make you break God's holy covenant, the Sabbath day, the covenant day. That's the first thing they do. That's them Jews got together with these Catholics and these Romans and all these people got together, and that's their system. And they make sure you break that system and keep you in bondage for the rest of your life. From the time you're born to the time you die, you never come to the full knowledge of the truth. And that sickness and all that, the Lord God says, shall hound you till you die. But anyway, let me finish this dream and then we'll get to it. But anyway, so so he recites something. He remembered, and I think it was a song. So I finished telling him how in school they made sure we didn't use or get rid of it in school, but I kept some of it where I see something, where I can see something one time, remember it, or remember a lot of it. I have dreams. I can remember everything in it. How God made, and I told him how God made me mystical, because that's my, God give you gifts and talents. And when you humble yourself and fall back in the bonds of the Holy Covenant, don't break God's Holy Covenant, get rid of that fornication out your life and all that out your life, and you fall back, and God bless you. Yeah, I'm going to read that to you. Because they don't read those things to you. They won't keep you in the bind of these Esau children. They have a system and a formula, and they keep you in bondage because they know the day, just like Father Joseph told us, on the day Israel repent. No, that's not Father Joseph. Oh, I can't think who it is right now. But it's still on the day Israel repent. Yeah, the kingdom of the enemy is going to be destroyed. So that's the same thing happened in Egypt. Yeah, they said on the day that Joseph born, yeah, they said on the day Joseph born leave out of Egypt, Egypt was going to go into darkness. Egypt was going to be destroyed. Yeah, so that's the same thing. All right, so I have a dream and I can remember everything. How God made me mystical. As we was talking, they had a woman at first, yeah, sitting next to him. Next, I finished talking, they had this woman look like an usher dressed in white. She had on a white dress. She had a white hat on top of her head, like an usher look. And she was sitting across from me, and at least, yeah, she was standing up. And at least, the last drink was in the square pail, because he had a six pack and he was drinking on a six pack. What's those little bitty, about that big, them little small bottles, some little small 4 ounce bottles. I think it was 4 ounces that he was drinking out, and he had a six pack of them. It wasn't. I don't even think it was alcohol. I just think it was something that he was drinking. It wasn't no alcohol. It really looked like apple juice or something of that nature. So I reached down to get him this drink, and he said it was not cold enough. So he went down there and broke the tab a little bit to open it, and it wasn't cold enough. Just had water in the bottom of the tree. I had that cool water for where it had been sitting there. So he gets up, put his hand down in the pail with water. He had just a little ice left. The bottle was small, and he started to open it. I took it and went looking for a refrigerator to put it in. So I saw this man sitting at this desk, and I woke up. So that's my I just give it to you like the Lord God gives it to me, man. Lord God gives me a dream, just like all these books I give him. Lord God bought all these books in a dream and gave them to me. I can't tell you he gave me the whole Bible in the dream, but all the rest of them books, before I got them books, God showed it to me in a dream. So, yeah, I was dreaming about Esau children. eating crabs for breakfast, complaining that it wasn't enough. And in my spirit, I said, I know you can, well, you can go get crabs. I read this and the wickedness of Paris Stone. That's where this dream comes from. Right, this dream here. I was lying. Well, that's another dream we made. I can't believe I didn't write. Oh, here it is. Wait. That's the top of the spirit dream I read that dream too. All right, here's the dream. I was in a fight for my life, and this other man, yeah, I was in a fight for my life, and this other man's life. Uh, what happened? I seen him messing with this man, and so I intervened because they had the man knife at his throat and stuff like that. And if it was anything else, in a dream, you don't have no control over that. I don't anyway. Some people say they have control over the dream. I don't remember one time I had some type of control over the dream. But I was in a fight for my life and this other man's life. We all had knives, different kinds. They wanted to kill this man, but I wouldn't let them. The leader, while he was watching me, I had one of the men, and I took and I just took on the side and I slit his throat on the side because he was trying to cut the man's throat. I was with. Now, I watched this picture of Evil about a few weeks ago, and they had this evil man, and he took that knife. That woman took that knife and cut the side of his neck. I did. It was just like that I had did. Yeah, just like that. So I slit the side of the throat because he was trying to cut the man's throat was with him. They was chasing me, wanting to cut my throat, but they couldn't, and they was afraid that I might cut theirs first. And so that's what they wanted to, and they was coming by me and everything, but they couldn't do nothing because they was afraid that if I get hold of them, I'll cut theirs first. And so that's what's happened. So back to like I said, I had this woman Karen Gideon, British woman. But anyway, so so I told you a dream about the helicopters and everything. So she had another dream to say about the dream about the CIA. So I went and looked for that dream too, because she had a dream. The Lord gave us something. That's how I know that is of the Lord God that I'm being seen. And so she was talking about the dream about where she was in America, and he's seen all these women with their buttocks, with their cheeks out and everything. And I could have told her, I could have told her where that was at. But you gotta understand. You gotta understand that people put a bad tag and call a place a ghetto or slum, but it's really not a ghetto or slum. It's where we go at, and that's what they put that bad tag on that. But it's not that. Because that's just like you saying when Adam and Eve were living in the cave, that they were living in the ghettos and the slums. But they wasn't. And just like when you go to our people, when our people was living on top of a mountain and they was living on the bottom of the mountain, you go to this book right here of Adam and Eve. First it said, and every time the devil came to Eve, every time the devil came to Adam, and first he came to Adam told Adam, you ain't got to live like this. You can come live in a place, man, the land is good, and you don't have to work and fall. Same old story. Then he told the same thing to Cain, and Cain took that offer. And he came and told, then he came there, I think he told us to Zet. I know he told it to Jared, and he tell him the same thing, and then they go they go and follow that, not knowing you had the best of place. Yeah, our fathers want. Let me read this here, then we'll go with this a dream. I had 3 women in my house. Each wanted a different thing, but all wanted something. One of the women came into the room and said to me, are you all over Facebook? So I asked her, what am I doing on Facebook? Because I don't have that. I don't Facebook. Now I'm barely on YouTube, and the only reason why I'm on YouTube because the Lord God told me go get on YouTube before it becomes all white, before Esau take it over. She replied, yeah. I asked her, what am I doing on Facebook? She replied, acting out something to that nature. I don't Facebook or tweet. It was strange to me. One had left and go and do something, and the other 2 I couldn't remember what they was doing. Next, one of the women was inside with me that had left and came back. Next, she was walking out of the she was walking out with the woman and was walking up to me and talking. I couldn't remember what they said. Next, we was riding with three children. Yeah, I was in the middle of the two women and a child. Uh, I remember I was in between the two women and the children. The woman on the right telling how she was going to get hers. You know how they do. I'm going to get mine. So that was she was saying. And how she was going to make money. She said, you will see through the CIA. And I know Karen Giddens, she was talking about the CIA. So that would made me remember about this dream. She said, you will see through the CIA. So I looked to the left at the woman who was driving. She looked at me and smiled with no underwear on. She had nothing on. And next I had a dream or vision about Candace Burris. Next, we are in the bank. Candace Burris in was in there with three other women, rejoicing, laughing, and talking loud. I walked up to her as she was leaving out. I say, I had a dream about you. Do you want to hear it? And as the door was open and we all was walking out, she said, no. Say, I don't believe or have any part of that stuff. So she don't believe in dreams and stuff like that. So she said that I could no longer remember. So after she said that, I said I could no longer remember the dream. After she said that, which I had of, I just had of her. Just couldn't remember that dream that was about her. Next scene, the women and the children, myself was on the porch. They had three CIA men that was looking or waiting for to see something that they could use against us. Yeah, they had these three like wasps flying around us, three like wasps. So I guess they had, because they can take these little walls and things, make them like cameras and put all that on it. So that's what it had. They had these three like walls flying around. So I said to the children and women, we have to go get the children. But while we was there, one of the women fell asleep. So I had to go back and get her. But these yellow wasps that were still flying but wasn't moving and still in the same position that they were flying in, I pick her up and left. So those was those robots watching and flying over. Man, people have all types of technology. I told you, man, people got technology that you don't see, don't even know about. You don't. You don't. And that's just one of the things too. Another dream I had. Dream about an anaconda, a big red snake lying down the Amazon River. I saw the snake and was in control of it. Next, I was reading a book of the prophecies and was trying to find out the prophecy which I read. This woman and I and two others was in my living room. She said the prophecy had to be true, or how could it read first? Yeah, or how it had to be true. How could it read? First, it start out and then it gives you. First, it start out and then it gives you the outcome. I just kept looking for it again. See, first it start out, then it give it. A big bird, eagle first flying like it was sick. So I saw a big old bird like an eagle at first flying like it was sick. So I just, when God gave me the dreams and then I timed down because why? Because that was Father Abraham. Uh, Enoch, our father Enoch did. And Lord God, I tell you, I'm going to pour out my spirit, all flesh. And your sons and daughters should dream dreams. So that's what we're saying. Okay, so I was still, but I was looking through all that, but man, I just couldn't find man, I was looking through all that, I just couldn't find it. I want to find a dream about the helicopters and the war had started. Man, that's what I was really looking for, man. And I tell you, uh, well, so these things are coming to pass, man. And war, man, your people, our people, y'all people. Mm-mm. And this the dream about ICU and people in New York and people in New York City. Man, let me go ahead. Because that time being got past now I ain't be doing that. So let's go. So Denzel, let's go to we're going to Psalms chapter 81. Psalms chapter 81. And then we're going to get into the other books. Psalms chapter 81. Psalms chapter 81. So we're going to the book of Psalms chapter 81. Because Lord God wants you to know these things, man. These things come to pass. And like I read to you in the book of Adam, Lord, that's why he told Adam, don't you off that tree. And because you know that when the time comes, Adam will say, well, God, you didn't tell us. And God made sure. All right. Psalms chapter 81. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Take a psalm and bring hither the tambourines, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time of pardon on our solemn feast day. For this is a statute for Israel in the law of God of Jacob. For he ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from his burden. His hands were delivered from the pots. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder, and I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me. There shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. I am the Lord thy God, who brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up into their own hearts' lusts, and they walk in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have ended forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. And now, so when you go read in the book of Hashir, it tells you, man, how God, well, go read the book. Go read the book. Because I tell you things, and that's another thing I always see is people are spoiled. They don't want to go and search it out for themselves. They want somebody to give it to them. And then people can feed you all them lies. You just go ahead around there. You still the man. So we going to Joseph. That's what it said, book of Joseph. And I went to Nepali, man. I fought the Nepali, man. I fought the Nepali. He just go straight to prayer and tell you about the things that's gonna be in the two things. Yeah, but Father Joseph, all of them left it to us. So let's go to Father Joseph and see what he said. Yeah. All right. Uh, Father Joseph, he dealt with the Mentheus woman, and I told you about the Mentheus woman and Joseph's slavery and how them people have us in slavery right now today. And they don't want to let you go out of slavery. Why? Because these people come you for a rob and for a spoil and for the prey. These people are making, them people making so much money off you, man. And nothing have changed. Yeah, ain't nothing changed. And you just want to say, all right. I declare therefore unto you, my children, we and we oh man, because brother Father Joel they have so much. Let me see. Because these things they are doing is exact things with it started in the book of Adam and that the Adam and it just continue and it just continue. Let's see. We're going to page 93, and it's Joseph talk. Often, therefore, she flattered me with words as a holy man, and guilefully in her talk praised my chastity before her husband, while desiring to ensnare me when we were alone. For she lewded me openly as chaste, and in secret she said unto me, Fear not my husband, for he is persuaded concerning thy chastity. Even should one tell him concerning us, he would not believe. Owing to all these things, I lay upon the ground and besought God that the Lord would deliver me from her deceit. And when she prevailed nothing thereby, she came again to me under the plea of instruction that she might learn the word of God. And she said unto me, If thou willest, thou shalt have if thou willest that I should leave my idols and lie with me, and I'll persuade my husband to depart from his idols, and we will walk in the law of thy Lord. See, they still doing that in the church house now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can go lie with me, ain't nothing gonna happen, but that's a lie. And I said unto her, The Lord willeth not that those that rest in him should be in uncleanness, nor do he take pleasure in them that commit adultery, but in those that approach him with a pure heart and undefiled lip. But she held her peace, longing to accomplish her evil desire. I gave myself yet more to fasting and praying that the Lord might deliver me from her. And again, another time she said unto me, If thou wilt commit adultery, I will kill my husband by poison and take thee to my husband. Yeah, and so these people are doing that to you right now today. I therefore, when I heard these, rent my garment and said unto her, Woman, reverence God, and do not this evil deed, lest thou be destroyed. For know indeed that I will declare this thy device unto all men. Uh, yeah, I was reading I listened to Netflix about Teflon. Man, yeah, Teflon. She therefore, being afraid, besought that I would not declare this device. And she departed, soothing me with gifts, and sending me every delight of the sons of men. And afterwards she sent food mingled with enchantments. See? Foods mingled with enchantments. And when the eunuch who bought it came, I looked up and beheld a terrible man giving me with a dish a sword. And I perceived that her scheme was to beguile me. And when he had gone out, I wept, and I did not taste that any other of her food. So then after one day she came to me and observed the food and said unto me, Why is it that thou hast not eaten of the food? And I said unto her, It is because thou hast filled it with deadly enchantments. And how sayest thou, I come not near to idols, but the Lord alone? Now therefore know that the God of my father hath revealed unto me by his angel the wickedness, and I have kept it to convict thee, if happily thou mayest see and repent. And that's what they're doing right now. With those enchantments, those idols, those stones, and tell you buy this and buy that. Man, you don't know where that stuff comes from. You don't know what they do to it, how they do it. And you know it's of idols. You know it's not of God. That's why I just finished telling you that, man. How they trying to get rid of man, let me finish reading. But thou mayest learn that the wickedness of the ungodly have no power over them that worship God with chastity. Behold, I will take of it and eat before thee in heaven. So said, I pray, thus the God of my fathers, the angels of Abraham, be with me, and ate. And when she saw this, she fell at her feet, at her face at my feet, weeping as I raised her up and admonished her. So see, that's why they got to keep all that filthiness in front of you so you can go, yeah, as long as you chase and praying to God, not committing adultery, no fornication and all like that, the angel of the Lord is with you. And you in this holy covenant, man, he can't beat you. They can't do nothing against you. Okay. Why did they have to teach you those things? They have to teach you to be filthy and unclean. Now, that's what they do, teach your children in school and all like that. You think your children in school going to learn? They're learning how to read and write so they can teach them the filthiness. That's what they're doing. That's what they did to me, and that's what they're doing to your children right now today. They're not teaching your children holding it. Even if they're in those Catholic schools and all like that, they're not teaching them that. And some of the filthiest people that you won't know knows how to read and write. So that's okay. All right. Okay, and I raised her up and admonished her, and she promised to do this iniquity no more. But her heart was still set upon evil, and she looked around the house to ensnare me, and sighing deeply, she became downcast, though she was not sick. And when her husband saw her, he said unto her, why is thy countenance fallen? She said unto him, I have a pain at my heart, and the groaning of my spirit oppressed me. And so he comforted her who was not sick. Then according to season and opportunity, she rushed unto me while her husband was yet without, and said to me, I will hang myself and cast myself over a cliff if thou wilt not lie with me. And when I saw the spirit of the Belial was troubling her, I prayed unto the Lord. So he prayed for her and said unto her, why, wretched woman, why art thou troubled and disturbed, blinded through sin? Remember that if thou kill thyself, ask the who, the concubine of thy father, thy rival, would beat thy children, and thou wilt destroy thy memorial from off the earth. And she said to him, Lo, and thou lovest me, least just suffice me, only strive for my life and my children. And I expect that I should enjoy my desire also. But she knew not that because the Lord I spake thus, and not because of her. For if a man have fallen before the passion of a wicked desire and become enslaved by it, and that's what happened. All these pastors, these preachers, these teachers and everything, they fell for their wicked desires, what become pastors and preachers, have their own church houses, have money coming in and live a certain lifestyle and everything like that. And you have become enslaved to that. That's what our father Job was telling you. See, if a man had fallen before the passion of the wicked desire, yeah, because even because you're doing it, don't still make it a wicked desire, and become enslaved by it. Even she, whenever good thing he may hear regarded to that passion, he receive it with a view to his wicked desire. That's why the Lord God told, he said, what he gonna do? Tear down and build bigger barns. And that's what they do. They tear down those little churches and do what? Big, and build what? Bigger churches. Build what? Bigger barns. Man, the Lord God told you. But these people got you deceived and want you to make it something else. That's what Satan do. That's what he's doing. Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's what they're doing. So I'm going to stop right there with that. Yeah, man. Satan tricks have never changed. His tricks have never changed. Let me give you this one thing before I'm out. I'll give you this one more thing. So we're going into this book. We're going bam from the Bible. We're going to the book of Hash. And JSHR, you know why I have explained to that. I told you that's why we're going. So we're going to we're going in the 80s. Yeah, because we have to know that Satan, that these things have never changed. Man, they have never changed. And that's how they got us. That's how you still in bondage. Yeah, you want to know why things never, because you living in sin. And you want God to go along with your sin. And God is not going to do that. No, God is not going to go along with your sin. Yeah. So we're going to Hashir, chapter 85, and I'm cutting it short because I always read everything. But we're going short. I'm going to start at verse 33. Verse 3. And the children of Israel journeyed and came to the plain of Moab, which is on the other side of Jordan by Jericho. And the children of Moab heard all the evil what the children of Israel had done to the two kings of the Amorites, Sihon and Og. And the men of Moab were greatly afraid of the Israelites. And the Israelites. And the elder Moab said, because the two kings of Amorites were more powerful than all the kings of earth. And if they could not stand against the children of Israel, how can we stand before them? Certainly, they sent us a messenger before now passed through our land on their way, and we would not allow them. And now they would turn on us in a heavy sword and destroy us. Moab was distressed on account of the children of Israel, and they were greatly afraid of them. And they counseled together what they would be done to the children of Israel. And the elder of Moab decided to and took one of their men, Balak the son of Zippor, the Moabite, and made him king over them at the time. And Balak was a very wise man. And the elder of Moab rose up and sent the children of Media to make peace with them, for a great battle. Enmity had been in those days between Moab and the Midian. From the days of Hadad, the son of Benadad, king of Edom, who struck Midian in the field of Moab in those days. And the children of Moab sent to the children of Midian and made peace with them. Made peace with them. And the elders of Midian came to the land of Moab to make peace on behalf of the children of Midian. And the children of Moab counsel with the children of Midian what to do in order to save their lives from Israel. And all the children of Moab said to the elder of Midian, the children of Israel should lick up all that are round about us, as the ox lick up the grass of the field. And thus did they do to the two kings of the Amorites, who were stronger than we are. And the elder of the Midian said to Moab, we have heard that at the time when Sihon the king of the Amorites fought against you, when he prevailed over you and took your land and sent for Baal, the son of Janus, and Balaam, and his sons from Mesopotamia. And they came and cursed you. Therefore did the hand of Sihon prevail over you, that he took your land. So when you begin at verse 1, reading 85, it tells you how, Baal and them got together and what they did and how they won that battle. Now therefore send also for Balaam his son, and still remains in the land, and give him wages, that he may come and curse all the children of whom you are afraid. So the elders of Moab heard this thing and pleased them, and they sent to Balaam the son of Beor. So Balak the son of Zippor, the king of Moab, sent the messengers to Balaam, saying, see, I'm doing, there's twofold call. Even while I'm reading this was in the Holy Bible. This was in the Holy Bible. But the Holy Bible told you been abridged. And this the whole story. Okay. So Balak the son of King Mir sent for the message of Balaam, saying, behold, there's a people come out of Egypt. See how they cover the face of the earth, and they are against me. So now come and curse this people for me, for they are too mighty for me. But perhaps I should succeed to fight against them and drive them out. For I heard that he whom you bless is blessed, and him whom you curse is cursed. So the messenger of Balak went to Balaam and brought Balaam to curse the people to fight against Moab. And Balaam came to Balak to curse Israel. And the Lord said to Balaam, curse not this people, for they are blessed. And we are still blessed right now today. Only we can defeat us. I'll read it. I'll keep reading. You're going to see. And Balak urged Balaam day by day to curse Israel. But Balaam did not listen to Balak on account of the word of the law which he had spoken to Balaam. So you know that when you read the whole Bible, it'll tell you what happened. And when Balak saw Balaam would not accede to his wish, he rose up and went home. Balaam also returned to his land and went for him to Midian. And the children of Israel sojourned from the plain of Moab and camped by Jordan, Beheshmoth, even to Abel Shittim, Abel Shittim, at the end of the plains of Moab. And when the children of Israel stayed in the plains of Shittim, they began to commit prostitution with the daughters of Moab. See, only Israel can destroy Israel. Why? That's why we're in captivity now. Why? Because we broke the covenant. We broke the everlasting covenant. We broke our inheritance. And the same thing we're doing now today. That's why we're still in the captivity. But the Lord God said, when you repent with your whole heart, keep all my commandments, all his commandments. Then you get out because the Sabbath day is just a part of the covenant. Being chaste, not commit fornication and adultery, that's another part of the covenant. It's a covenant. Okay. Well, anyway, the children of Israel stayed in the plain of Shittim and began to commit prostitution with the daughters of Moab. The children of Israel approached Moab, and the children of Moab pitched their tents opposite the camp of the children of Israel. That's why I tell you, that's why they keep all that filth on TV, so you can keep on sinning and you'll never get out of the situation that you're in. And the children of Moab was afraid of the children of Israel. And the children of Moab took all their daughters and their wives of beauty and attractive appearance and dressed them in gold and silver and costly garments. Are they not doing that nowadays? Why do you think why do you think when seeing that they have the best of garments on TV? That gold and silver and deck them out and they show you all these different war ceremonies and everything, and have all that glitter, bits, and gold in front of you. So you can lust all these things and want these things and go out there and commit these things, and you commit sin. Why you think these drug dealers, these pastors, the pulpit pimps, and all that dress like that? Why you think they do that? That's a part of Satan. I read to you in the book of Adam and Eve how Satan has transformed himself in the angel of light. And God cursed Satan. Satan can't go in them church houses and nothing, but he don't have to go in church. He got you. And you go right there in them church houses and do everything as your fathers have taught you. That would say Satan have transformed himself in the angel of light, and that's what you are. That's what you have to transform yourself in there. With all that glitter, gold, and silver. Showing it right there. Nothing changed, bro. Same gameplay. Right. Right. So I'm read that again. We're going to keep going. The children of Moab was afraid of the children of Israel. And the children of Moab took all their daughters and their wives of beauty and attractive appearance and dressed them in gold and silver and costly garments. And the children of Moab seated these women at the door of their tent in order that the children of Israel might see them and turn to them and not fight against Moab. And all the children of Moab did this thing to the children of Israel. Every man placed his wife and his daughter at the door of his tent. And all the children of Israel saw the act of the children of Moab. And the children of Israel turned to the daughters of Moab and covered them. And they went to them. It came to pass that when a Hebrew came to the door of the tent of Moab and saw the daughter of Moab and desired her in his heart and spoke with her at the door of the tent that which he desired while they were speaking together, the men in the tent will come out and speak the Hebrew like these words. But let me stop for a minute. See, these people have these enchantments and these spells and all those things going on right now today. Some words I go to, man, there's some words, not all the words, some words I go to, man, and you can tell there's something wrong because you try to bring that word out, but it don't come out like that. Yeah, it doesn't come out. So you watch that. But it's not happened to me, it happened to all of us. These people that have done something and still doing, they're not going to tell you what they do, what they're doing. And little tiny words are not able to come to you clearly. And you see some other words clear, but they're only certain words. So watch that. Look out for that. Next time you read the Word of God and reading something that of God that is important, that can get you out of slavery and in this bind, read and see how they do it. Because Satan ain't going to do it over, he do it with subtle, little bitty things. Because, yeah, all right, come on. So that's what I'm telling you. See, like see, all the children of Moab did these things. The children of Israel, every man placed his wife and daughter at the door of his tent. The children of Israel saw the act of the children of Moab, and the children of Israel turned to the daughters of Moab and coveted them. Now, see, the first time that didn't come out right. Covet? I had to fight to get that word. It's a word that I read all the time. Come on, bro. And they went to them. And it came to pass when the Hebrew came to adore the tent, Moab saw the daughters of Moab and desired her in his heart and spoke with her at the door of the tent and that which he desired. While they were speaking together, the men of the tent will come out and speak to the Hebrews like these words. Certainly you know that we are brothers, and we are of the descendants of Lot and descendants of Abraham, his brother. Why then will you not remain with us, and why will you not eat our bread and our sacrifice? And that's what you're doing now. That's what, everything they have is a sacrifice. Their bread and their sacrifice. You don't eat your own bread. You don't. You don't eat your own bread. You don't eat your own meat. Everything that you eat is prepared somewhere else and is brought to you. And that's why I told you, every little covenant, they got this little cake. And I like this little cake called, but I don't know, Lord God taught me better how to eat. And it comes from sweet and stuff. And you look on there, they got a little emblem on there. And that little emblem is a demon. And they have this on everything that you look, everything you wear, everything you eat, everything you touch, have the marking of Mesopotamia, have the marking of Babylon, have the marking of Israel on there, have the marking of all these demons on there, have their mark on it. Go read this Testament of Solomon and see what markings and what demons that they have and what they're doing. And it's on television there. There's nothing that you can buy without that mark or a demon mark or a demon thing on it. Why? Because they use these enchantments against you. Because you're going to have to make a choice. Either or. That's why the Lord God said, either you're going to be hot or cold. Because if you are cold, he can do something with you. If you're hot, you can do something. But if you're lukewarm, he can't do nothing for you. Because you're stubborn, stiff, and rebel. And when you become hot, go into this church out, talk to one of these people that are Christian, not a saint. Talk to one of them Christians with that state religion, Jehovah Witness, Pentecostal, Seventh-day Adventists. I'm calling them all out, Baptists. They got non-denomination. Any one of them, call them all out. Call them. And they're all going to be the same. All of them the same. They're lukewarm Christians. So tell them about the covenant. Even Seventh-day Adventists, tell them about the covenant where God don't want you to wear silver and gold and dress in those fine raiment. And we're in mourning time. That's the time we're in mourning time. Put on your sackcloth and ash and mourn. That's the time we're in. We're getting back to becoming a nation there. And tell these people they don't want to hear that. Just like I told you about the Jehovah's Witness man the other day on my porch. Now, he wanted to give me some material. I said, no, I don't want that. Why? Because you can give me your material, but I can't give you the material that God gave me to give to you. You don't want that. So I don't want your material. No, I don't want to have nothing to do with it, really. And that Bible that you read, that you didn't change everything in it, God didn't tell you to do that. But you're reading right. But you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for it. Believe me, you're going to pay for it. So just go right on ahead. But anyway, so let's get back to the word. Okay, certain you know that we are brothers and we are descendants of Lot and descendants of Abraham, his brother. Why then will you not remain with us and will not eat our bread and our sacrifice? And when the children of Moab had thus overwhelmed him with these speeches, enticed him by flirting. No, see that was say flirting. By flattering words. I told you it's only certain words. Only certain words. Now see, flirting is flattering words. Now all other stuff just go through. But I told you it's certain words. So now it's flattering words because that's what they do. And these church house, synagogues, and sanctuaries, that they flatter you with these words. They flatter. Yeah. With these flattering words. They seated him in their tent, and cooked and sacrificed for him, and he ate their sacrifice of their bread. And that's what you're doing now. But that's why the Lord God tell you, Either pray before or say thankful after. And bless the bread and get all those different chapters. I just finished reading that to you in the book of Joseph. Not by my, I just finished reading that in the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs about Joseph and how the enchantment, they have never stopped that. They have never stopped it. All right. You don't have to listen to me. I had a dream. Oh man, I'll see if I find that dream. See if I find that dream. But in a dream, I know something about my head. They then gave him wine to drink and became intoxicated. And they placed for him a beautiful damsel, and he did with her as he liked, and he knew not what he was doing, as he had drunk plentiful of wine. And that's the same people. Now remember, these are Lot children. These are the same children when Lot came out of Sodom and Gomorrah, and his two daughters had sex with him and giving them all that wine. See, that's where he learned this from. They have never changed. Come on, bro. Yeah, yeah. Thus did the children of Moab to Israel in that place, in the plains of Shittim. And the anger of the Lord was set ablaze against Israel on account of this matter. And he sent pestilence among them. And there of the Israelites 24,000 men. Pestilence among them, and there of the Israelites 24,000 men died. Now, see, first time I looked at it, I didn't see died. But this time I looked at it, see it. 24,000 men died. Okay. Then there was a man of the children of Simeon, whose name was Zimmerah, the son of Saul, who connected himself with the Midianite Cosby, the daughter of Zurah, the king of Midian. So when you read, when you read the Holy Bible and you go in there, they don't tell you that this tell you that she was just a prostitute. They don't tell you that she was the king's daughter. They don't tell you that, but it tells you that here who she was. Zurah, the king of Midian, in the sight of the children of Israel. So that we say, Then was a man, the children of Simeon, whose name was Zimmer, the son of Saul, who connected himself with the Midianite Cosba, the daughter of Zur, king of Midian, in the sight of all the children of Israel. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw the wicked thing was Zimri had done. He took his spear, rose up and went after them, and pierced them both and killed them. And the pestilence ceased from the children of Israel. So, man, I've been want to try to get that to show you what they're doing. They never stop doing that. The same thing they're doing nowadays. That's why they keep all that filth. I did it too. Going to the church house and the women sitting down there, all the garments, all the jewelry's on there, just like that. And they're sitting down there offering themselves to you. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Though they committing adultery and doing everything else in no church house. That's what they're doing. And they're not chasing them. And they can do that and come on right on out and pray like there's nothing going on. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Now, it's not me telling you that. It's the Lord God telling you, showing me to tell you that that's what they're doing. That's what it's about, these church houses. That's what they're doing. They're not serving the Lord their God. No, they're sacrificing. Going there with all that silver and gold. I done read that to you in so many books. And then they have this pastor. I forgot who it was. Might have been Paris Stone, might have been, I don't know who it is. Now I got so many of them out there with those lies and things and talk about these different books that, those books are not the Holy Bible. And everything I showed you and everything I read to you, and I connect them one to one, and all of it's in the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible came from somewhere. And there's a reason to pray for everything else. And that's a lie. And so when I hear him say that again, I'll let you know who that was. And I'm going to call him a liar. I call him a liar right in front of you. I call them all liars. Not just him, Paris Stone, Joel Osteen, Creflo Dollar. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are. The Lord God said they're not of me. If you was me, then my children would have been healed, and we wouldn't be in the slavery, and we wouldn't be in this captivity, and we would be back in our homeland. They are gatekeepers. They're gatekeepers, and they don't even know it. And that's what the Lord God said. He said, first of all, he tell you about the Jews. The Jews have, man, I can read that to you. I'll read that to you. Because the day come, and it is now. Yeah. This page 11 on the Gnostic Gospels. This Thomas Gospel. And Jesus said, the Pharisees and the scribes have taken the keys of knowledge and hidden them. Them themselves have not entered, nor did they allow to enter those who wish to. You, however, be as wise as a serpent and innocent as a dove. And that's what these pastors and preachers doing right now. Oh, don't listen to that man. That man talking about Elijah. He ain't no Elijah. He a crazy man and all that. Yeah. And those books, that's not the Holy Bible. Those books are not of the gospel. And that's a lie. And they tell you those lies. Why? Because they don't want to keep the Holy Covenant and enter in and give up all that filth, all those treasures and all that they have accumulated. They don't want to give that up. And so they won't go in, and then you who want the word of God, you who want the knowledge of God, you who wants to get closer to God, they tell you, oh no, don't go listen to that. Don't go do that. That's not of law of God. And it's all through the Holy Bible. Everything I give you and tell you is found in the Holy Scriptures. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts, and I'm Elijah. Until next time.